Oh, well, actually, if you think about it, Jay-Z and Pusha T, what they both have in common is that they've bragged about their selling past. Obviously, Pusha T, who hails from Virginia, he's bragged about how much he sold. He's rapped about more than I think that Pablo Escobar ever sold. You know, so these are kind of like the jugular rappers of the time. Did they perhaps serve Epstein or maybe somebody in the entertainment industry?
Pusha T is absolutely losing it right now because Akademiks just blew the whole situation wide open, and the Epstein files put his name in a place nobody expected. One live stream, no filter, Akademiks went straight for the jugular, accusing Pusha of protecting Epstein's co-conspirators and helping keep certain powerful people untouched. The internet didn't ease into this either. It exploded instantly because once those accusations hit, people started connecting dots they had ignored for years. This isn't just gossip floating around Twitter spaces. The documents, the old interviews, the lyrics people brushed off as edgy bars are suddenly looking way too specific. Fans are replaying everything with fresh ears, and what sounded clever back then now feels bold in the worst way. And just when Pusha's name alone wasn't enough, Pharrell gets pulled into the mix as the possible mastermind behind the scenes, the industry connector who allegedly opened doors that should never have been opened. This goes way beyond rap beef and straight into something much darker. So let's break it down. Okay, so Pusha T is not having a good week because on top of everything that he has going on, the way Akademiks just exposed him just made things way worse for him. In one of his live streams, he went in on Pusha on the Epstein allegations. And well, let's just say that he had some really strong opinions and he was not afraid to express his opinions.
So, Pusha T... All right, so we're here. So cool. So this is a FBI crisis intake form that's filled out. We don't know who's filled out by. It's redacted. But the time that it was received was on, what is this, July 10th, 2019. And this is early in the morning. Now, it's Eastern time, and they're saying that, so this is a call. And it's very important to know that. It's not like somebody walked in from the hospital or walked into the hospital and the hospital called the FBI. They're saying somebody called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of by Jeffrey Epstein and others. On each occasion, so-and-so believes she was clouded her memory and attributed the as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers, who she described as persons who established friendships with victims. Among her handlers, so-and-so identified the artist Pusha T.
He also had some really interesting things to say about Pusha's involvement with some really shady people.
Oh, well, actually, if you think about it, Jay-Z and Pusha T, what they both have in common is that they've bragged about their selling past. Obviously, Pusha T, who hails from Virginia, he's bragged about how much he sold. He's rapped about more than I think that Pablo Escobar ever sold. You know, so these are kind of like the jugular rappers of the time. Did they perhaps serve Epstein or maybe somebody in the entertainment industry?
As messy as this is, Akademiks is just saying the same thing that people online have been saying since the Epstein files dropped and Pusha's name was dragged into it. And girl, his name was brought up big time. In one part of the document, he was accused of being a handler who allegedly victims and helped keep them in line. One of the victims' reports in the document said, each occasion, she believed she was clouding her memory. She attributed the as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendships with the victims. Among her handlers, she identified the artist Pusha T in approximately 2007, attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down a street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and her before engaging in sexual abuse. The streets have been talking about Hollywood handlers for a hot minute, but we were told that it was nothing but one big, fat conspiracy theory. But now that we have it in the official government files, well, let's just say that we were right all along. Now, there have been some names thrown about in the past about handlers. We're talking names like Beyonce, Jay-Z, Diddy, y'all get the tea. But Pusha T's name never came up in the discussion about handlers, and that's how you know that he has been doing an amazing job of staying low-key and not attracting attention to himself. which is precisely the sort of thing you have to do to be a good handler. But if you take a minute to look deeper, then you realize that there have been some hints thrown around here and there that his hands aren't exactly clean. For example, there's this old video from a couple of years ago where Kanye West said that if Jay-Z and Pusha T ever told the truth about what they were really into, they would go to jail.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living killing our people. So how the f you stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, oh, Beyonce had the best for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth about anything, they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars.
Man.
Liars are now the face of our culture.
Take a listen. That's not all, because fans were also convinced that he kind of hinted at what he was doing on his song, Hard Piano. In the song, he said, "Set the parameters. You're either with the pro ballers or the amateurs. I won't let you ruin my dreams," or Harvey Weinstein the Kid. Good morning, Matt Lauer. Can I live? Looking back now, it's almost like he was just begging to be exposed, because those lyrics were insanely bold. According to the Epstein files, he and Harvey Weinstein allegedly young women together. So what are the odds that he would bring up Weinstein's shenanigans out of the blue? Oh, and can we take a minute to talk about the Matt Lauer line? Because that's also insane. Matt Lauer was fired from NBC after SA-ing a co-worker during the 2014 Winter Olympics. There were rumors that he had not one, not two, but multiple initiate encounters with the other staff at the network. We don't know how many of those encounters were consensual, but we do know that the situation was bad enough for the network to cut him off completely. And according to the woman who accused him of SA, the encounter was so horrible that she had to be admitted to the psych ward afterwards so she didn't lose her mind. So yeah, it was weird AF for Pusha T to reference not one, but two creepy men in his song. Like I said, it was almost like he was begging to be exposed, and the Epstein files did just that. But as it turns out, he hates being exposed, especially with Akademiks making things worse. See, Akademiks is now claiming that Pusha's role as a handler allegedly involved protecting some of Epstein's co-conspirators and helping them escape the law. And y'all know the darkest part here? It's that some insiders are now saying that Pharrell Williams might be the brain behind all this. Y'all know how Pusha was discovered and signed by Pharrell? Well, the streets are now saying that Pharrell was the one who led Pusha down that road, introduced him to the shadiest, creepiest part of the industry, including his friendship with Epstein. Pharrell is one of the most connected people in the industry, and it would actually explain how Pusha T got to meet Epstein in the first place. And that's where this gets scary, because this story does not feel finished at all. Akademiks lit the match. The Epstein files poured gasoline on it, and now Pusha T is reacting like someone who did not expect the spotlight to turn this bright. The lyrics, the old comments, the quiet connections people ignored for years are no longer background noise. They are front and center, and nobody can pretend they do not see them anymore. What makes this even darker is how many powerful names keep coming up in the same accusations. Every time one detail surfaces, it drags another person into the frame, and suddenly this stops looking like a coincidence. If Pusha really played the role people are accusing him of, then the question is not just what he knew, but who he was protecting and why they still feel untouchable. And if Pharrell truly is the bridge that connects all of this, then this situation is bigger than one rapper being exposed. This is about how deep the industry rabbit hole actually goes. Because once the handler conversation moves from whispers to official documents, there is no putting that genie back in the bottle. So now it's a waiting game. Will more names come out? Will anyone actually be held accountable? Or will this get buried like so many other Hollywood nightmares? Either way, one thing is clear. Pusha T's silence and Akademiks' loudmouth just made this impossible to ignore, and the next move could change everything.